I'm very happy, So before most of it, I you know what I could predict, I could realize, I could understand, not many people coming, because I do know, but that's actually okay. It's very, very, very good because you know what, all these sentences I prepared. That's what I repeat. I mean, this you actually I was writing this before, but it's just that I knew it. 我知道 today the people who came here 今天来的人 must be few, probably same, and then I am right, very precise, 非常准. So that's why I prepare. I think 80% you saw them before. You read 的过去式 read. You read them before. So I prepared this. It's actually a good thing. 那是一件好事 also a good thing because today you are here not for the new sentences. For what? For review. Review. That's actually a good thing, because too much stuff coming at you into your brain, you are not able to remember all the things in your mind. So honestly, most of them, it's actually a good thing for you, and especially for you guys. So these are all the sentences. I think almost 100%. almost. So you seem to be able to be live. You seem 似乎 you seem to be able 似乎能够 to think about. I probably read this before. Okay. So let's start with our this. Number 1, you are what you eat. This is very good. 倒装句. What? You are what you eat. That means you're fat. So you are ugly. You're not beautiful. You're not skinny. You got fat. You are chubby, and you got obesity. Obesity 就是肥胖. You are what you eat. That's because you are what you eat. What you eat. What stuff you eat. What stuff you ate. Ate 是过去式. But what you ate is going to become the way you look. Do you know what I mean? So you are what you eat means that's very good 倒装句. You are 你是什么，你吃什么，你就会变成那个什么东西。In Chinese, 这个语义 I think it's very obvious, very good for you in Chinese. If I say it in Chinese, 你吃了什么，你就会变那个什么的东西。You are what you eat. You are 你是 what 那个 what you eat.
You are what you eat.
就等于是那个 what 跟中文的连结，你知道吗？You are what 是什么 ？What you eat. If you
are what?
eat a lot, you're gonna become like a ball. Ball 像一个球一样。So you are what you eat. That's the meaning for this. So I think this is very basically for people 很基本 for people 给一些人 to be able to know more about 倒装句。Do you know what I mean? So you are what you eat. Number 2. Set aside.
Set aside.
By the way, I forgot to tell you something. I do believe, I do agree with something. Do you know? Have you ever heard of ABC people? American-born Chinese. ABC. Some people they can speak English very fluently and they can speak Chinese very good. They grew up in America. We call them ABC. They are bilingual. very good at Chinese and English. And few days ago, I talked about this with my customer, and my customer say, if here in Taiwan, because without people who can speak English to practice, without environment, and so when you are out, when you go out, stay out, nobody speak English with you. So it's very difficult to make your conversation skill better. So if you want, some people they hire foreigner teacher to be their tutor, but that's actually useless because they don't speak Chinese. So some people talking about this with me, they say, the best way for you to make your conversation skill better, you have to hire ABC. ABC means, they speak very good in English. At the same time, they speak very good in English. So they are good at Chinese and English. So they are going to teach you the real meaning, 的语义，中文的语义。Like what I told you right now, the first one, you are what you eat. In Chinese, after I'm not able to talk about this with you, right?
Yeah.
They are not able to tell you, to let you know. But I'm not ABC at all, 不是, but I think I can become the specific person like that, but not as good as native people. Of course not, because I never stayed in America. I never stayed there a longer time. I never stay overseas country, overseas 海外的国家. So do you think so? 能认为呢? If you want your English better, you have to find someone who is very good at Chinese and English, both. I don't know. That's what I was talking about with my customer. Okay, number 2.
For adult 是成人吗？
Adult, yes.
For adult, I
think so, right?
yes. But for children, I think not
me.
proper.
Okay.
Yes. All English is okay.
Number 2, set aside.
Set aside.
That's also what I told you before. Actually, I use this very often. Can you still remember even a little bit? Set aside. Set aside your question. Set aside your problem. Set aside about what you think. Don't think too much. Don't overly think. Set aside what you think. Set aside what you're saying. Stop talking about. Don't say that, take action. Go for it. Do it without thinking. 做下去，不要去想. Do it without thinking. So set aside your question. Set aside the way you think. Set aside your problem. So just go for it. Do it without thinking. Set aside. Number 3. Pinpoint. 查明. It's not hard to pinpoint precisely for your problem. It's not hard to pinpoint 查明. In this way, I think it's also a very good example. It's not difficult to pinpoint all your problem of your English conversation skill. It's not difficult. It's not hard to pinpoint.查明. Pinpoint precisely for your problem of English conversation skill. It is exactly for you guys. You have any problem when you speak English, when you try to speak more fluently. But it's like you are going in the middle, and it's very difficult to continue, and you seem to have an obstacle 就是障碍 obstacle, when you're on your way to speak, to learn more English, 在你这条路上 so I am going to be the one to walk 就是走路 walk you through 就是穿越 through this obstacle. I'm the one, I'm going to be the person who walk 带领你们 walk 走路 you guys through 穿越 this obstacle and let you learn more English. And it's going to become very smooth, and the obstacle is going to become disappear. Do you know disappear?
消失
Yes. Okay. So I think what I said you guys understand, so I don't need to speak super fast. Okay. So I'm the one to pinpoint the question, when you learn English, when you're on your way, when you're on your way, when you speak more English, and this road 这条路 and let you know how do you overcome 克服 your problem, your obstacle, your question, your anything happen, just set aside, don't think too much, go for it, go ahead, and never ever give up, continually for this road to continue to go. Okay. So I think what I say you guys understand when I speak.
Yes.
Like what I say, right?
Right.
Okay. Literally 说真的 actually literally you when you pronounce actually try to pronounce what I pronounce not actually this is actually super common. Literally, this is literally important. Can you remember I was writing this before?
Yeah.
Or you forgot. Literally.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's actually okay, So, next Saturday, that's what I guess, I don't know that is really true or false, next Saturday. I definitely guarantee you, I definitely make sure, that's what I guess next Saturday. Probably only for you guys coming. Nobody come. Only you guys, only you two. So maybe I'm going to be able to prepare the same stuff, same material, but different from today. But I think the same as either before, different from this, and let you review more. The more you review, the better it's gonna be. If I let you see, let you know, let you learn, let you touch, let you contact all the stuff only for new stuff. Actually, that's not a good thing, because new stuff, because if you don't review this very well, very perfect, not very perfect, actually new stuff is too much for you, It's too overwhelming. Do you know overwhelming? I told you these words, I think I was writing this for 2 times. 就有点压力 overwhelming. So you have to be able to truly understand in your mind, and you are going you're never going to forget, and you know how to use this very perfectly. That's better for you guys. If I teach you a lot of new sentences, new stuff, new things, always new, but you always forgot, it's actually the way I told you, it's actually useless. If you never forgot what I told you, if you never forgot what I told you, if you never forgot what I told you, 这是倒装句. That's actually better for you guys, you know. Wait until you can really never forget what I told you. By the time, 到时候，等到你们完全不会忘记过去的我教过你们的。By the time, 到时候 that's actually a good time. 那才是其实真的好的 timing 的时间点。To be able to learn more new sentences, new stuff, new words, new knowledge, right? If you forgot what I told you, you know, and it's actually useless, 你知道吗？没有用 no use for you to learn a lot of new stuff. Stuff 就是东西 S-T-U-F, new stuff, new material, new English words, new sentences. Okay, so what I mean, what I'm trying to say is, it's also very important for you to review. So I'm doing this. 我做这个 for what? What is that for? 为了什么 For you guys to review. Okay. Do you think so? Do you agree? Do you think it makes sense? It makes sense. 有合乎逻辑吗
Yes.
Yes, it sense.
Makes sense.
It does make sense, right? Because if you forgot what I told you, 如果你忘了我教你的，跟你讲 if you always forgot what I told you, it's actually no use, it's actually useless. Yes. Before I told you forgot, and next moment, next Saturday, I'm going to teach you new stuff, and it's always going around. It's actually no use for you to learn English, right? So do you care if I was writing this for something you seem to remember? You don't care, right? 你们会介意说，哎，这个东西我之前跟你讲
Maybe we can repeat a bit again,
Yes.
and I can remember this.
Yes.
Repeat.
That's what I try my hard to let you know how effort I work on for you. You know how hard I work. How much effort? Okay, likelihood. Remember this? Likelihood, 可能性。Likelihood for this situation, 这个情况的可能性啊。Likelihood for this. Can you remember? I am always saying likely. Likely 就是可能。Likelihood 也是可能性。Likely. So, for example, Ben is going to be likely to be able to speak as good as Jerry. 这个 Sam 以后有可能有机会会讲得跟我一样好，因为 that's what I mean. Likelihood 它是名词 ，so if you use this, you have to be able to know 这是名词 ，so you are not able to say, you know, likelihood for this. Always for likelihood for the likelihood for many people being not able to come for English conversation club. They think I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough, so that's why they never come back here for English conversation club. Because I am not good enough. 不够好 Not good enough. So number 6, whether or not. Can you guys remember I was writing this before? Whether or not. 不管有没有。Whether or not you have time, you will need to come here for English to learn. Whether or not you have experience, you have to face to. You have to face your childhood. So whether or not, 不管有没有。This is also 倒装句，非常明显。Whether or not. 不管有没有 you have time， 不管你有没有时间 whether or not you have time， whether or not you have experience， you have to face the reality， 面对现实 whether or not you have whether or not you have coffee, you have to keep spirits up. You're not going to be sleepy. You can't get sleepy. You have to make you awake. You have to keep spirits up to be able to listen. Okay. 不管你有没有咖啡 whether or not you have coffee. Okay. Number 7. Put emphasis on.
Put emphasis on.
I especially put emphasis on this. Yeah, I mean, I especially put emphasis on the way you review. That's what I put emphasis on. You know why? Because like what I just said, you forgot what I told you. It's actually useless, right? So you have to review. So I started to put emphasis on this point in order to let you review more English that I experienced teaching you. So that's very important. So anyway, that's actually very, very, very super important for you in order to let you know more knowledge of English conversation skill. So I have to put emphasis on this point, put emphasis on this. What is this? That is, you have to review. Today, the way you are here for English, it's actually more like you review something I was teaching you. Right. Okay.
Put emphasis.
Put emphasis on 强调
Emphasis. Emphasis.
emphasis
Emphasis.
我特别强调
Put emphasis.
Put emphasis on this conversation.
Yeah.
Can speak Chinese.
That's great. Honestly, I prefer to be doing this way. That's just because I want you to not forget something, forgot what I teach you. So it's actually very important as well, The more you can remember, the better your English is going to be. So if you don't review, but I'm the one to show this and let you review, that's also a good thing,
Okay.
But hopefully you're not tired of this. 你会不会觉得很腻很烦 Because this is what I was teaching you. But maybe you also forgot. So that's a good thing for you to review.
Yes.
That's what I feel like. 那是我感觉 from your face, your response, your facial expression, 你的脸部的表情 Maybe you forgot all of them. But that's for sure. That's true. This is what I was teaching you before. Because I do know, probably today, we only have 2 guys, only Sam and Ben, You're very loyal to our conversation club. So if I a little bit embarrassing if Mr. Money is here, because he's English level. I started to wonder, 觉得很好奇 I'm very curious about why actually he can remember lots of words. Right after I show him the first time, 第一次 he never see this, but after this, if you test 你测他 test him, he can remember. Yeah, he doesn't have to pay a lot of effort, work hard for being able to remember lots of words like you stay up 熬夜你知道吗 stay up for something to review. He doesn't have to do that. Only one time. After one time, after I show him, after he started to read, even though the first time he never tried, he never see. After that, if you test him, he can absolutely, definitely remember all the English words. I think his brain 他的大脑 different from normal people.
It's good memory.
That is what I say, abnormal. 你知道 abnormal 吗？
不寻常，
不正常。
不正常。
normal 是正常 ，abnormal 是不正常的。
So he's a abnormal human. 不正常人。
Yeah, very, very super weird. I tested him before. Honestly, I know this. I do remember once before he came here, he never see these English words, and next time he came here, I test him. He immediately answered my question. These specific words. Very talented, genius. Do you know genius?
天才
Yes.
Genius.
Genius. Okay. Execute on. I started to execute on my plan. 执行. That's actually very important. Okay. Yeah, I that's very good example for this situation. I started to execute on letting L-E-T 让。然后它的动词就是 letting. I started to execute on letting you review more English that I experienced teaching you. 我就是开始呢执行，就是让你们来 review 这些我曾经以前教过你们的。Yeah, I started to execute on letting you review more English that I experienced teaching you. Execute. 执行 execute. So number 9, leading cause. The leading cause of obesity 就是肥胖 Obesity is exactly 肥胖 The leading cause of obesity is what you eat 会造成肥胖的原因是吃的什么东西这也是一个很好的导纲句 The leading cause of obesity is what you eat Okay. Number 10, set the standard. I started to set my standard for my store, for my article shop. I want 20,000, 30,000 every day sales performance. I sold out 30,000 glasses, 3万块眼镜. That's what I am going to set. My standard. So set the standard 标准 Set the standard. So have you ever experienced setting your standard before? Set the standard for you to be able to make something better. Like you set your standard for you to speak to study English at least 30 minutes every single day, something like that. Set the standard. 设定标准。Okay. Sharpen up. Can you remember this?
Sharpen up.
Sharpen up.
Sharp 就是利，很利，有没有 ？Sharpen 就是更利一点。If you have dictionary, if you check out from your smartphone, sharp 就是很锐利。眼睛的视力 ，my eyesight is going to become sharp when I have glasses. Sharpen up. I need to sharpen up my English skill. Sharpen up. Okay, number 12.
Skill.
Analysis.
Analysis.
分析。I forgot to write in Chinese. You can write right now. 分析 analysis 就是分析。分析 according to my analysis 根据我的分析啊。According to my analysis, not many people is going to come next Saturday, same as today. 根据我的分析 ，OK， constructive criticism， 建设性的评论 ，constructive criticism， constructive criticism. Show you more constructive criticism, you know. Stop talking about crap. 少说废话。Show your constructive criticism. Stop talking about nonsense. Show your constructive criticism. Okay. The last one. Make the point of. I started to make the point. 开始重视。I started to make the point of letting you review more. 我开始重視要讓你們這個 review. I started to make the point of letting let you 那個 let 其實都是動詞。So let me tell you, let's talk in English. 那個 let 是動詞，所以說用在這個 of 後面就是都要用動詞 ing. Letting, letting. I started to make the point of letting you review more English that I was teaching you, that I experienced teaching you. Okay. So let's end up our conversation. We still have much time. And I need your help because tomorrow morning, I have a presentation. 我有一个简重的自我介绍，我自己想的。我花10分钟，你帮我录看看，看会不会觉得很假？